Socom being extremely popular as a franchise on the PlayStation 2, as soon as you upgrade that and bring that forward onto a PlayStation 3, there's an expectation that comes with exactly what you should be providing with these new titles. One of those things that's really important, especially in Socom Confrontation, being a multiplayer-only game, are all of these sounds. The sounds of the weapon, the sounds of the clanks of the shells hitting the ground, the ambience, absolutely every little nuance. That's going to be what explains the game to the player. So we're here to capture sound of all the weapons that are going to be appearing in Socom Confrontation.
Well, I think it's really just an excuse for a bunch of guys to come out here and blast the crap out of the hillside with a bunch of cool guns.
All firearms are inherently dangerous. They're a tool. I have brought everything from handguns to belt-fed grenade launchers. If they're not handled with the proper respect, somebody's going to get hurt.
The Dushka, which is the massive Russian machine gun, had already blown up once and been welded back together. The armorer told us afterwards that there was actually a really good chance that it could have blown up again right there. It's an awfully impressive weapon to hear fired too, in full auto mode. It's big, loud, and bad.
All the 50 calibers often create the big boom, but a lot of the 9mm, the M16s, and the P90, those all sound great because they produce a higher frequency sound blast, so those echo really nicely off the canyons and will cut through some of the wind. We need a lot of microphones when we're out in the field because you're just not sure what you're going to bring back. So in our case, we're running about 24 tracks of audio, and that's 12 different recorders. We've brought over 20 different microphones set up in various places, so we're getting reflective sound from off the mountains. We're getting close-up sounds from each one of the weapon shots. We even have little handheld contact mics on the weapons themselves. So we're actually picking up the mechanics of the weapons as they're firing.
So it's not just about the loud bang of the actual cartridge being fired. It's about all the little mechanics inside of the gun that we need to capture. Weapon spray, weapon recoil, being here and actually being able to see how these weapons actually react in a real world situation really helps to transfer a proper simulation into what we're trying to provide the player.
To actually have it in the flesh and to actually have tailored reference is invaluable. It's really hard to get exactly what the modelers need. So we gathered a lot of background, a lot of still photo reference and actual video reference that we use for our weapons modelers to use for reference, and we use for texture reference as well. Now when we're going back to our studio and working on developing the game, we're going to know at a kind of a gut level that if something's right or wrong. I don't think there's any other way to do it than to actually be here and hear the guns being fired off.
So the weapons are always a core part of Socom, any Socom title. But with Socom Confrontation, we're able to add in a sound occlusion system. So this really plays out to great effect when you're playing in an urban environment with tight alleyways and rooms and courtyards. You'll be able to distinctly tell where gunshots are coming from. And the sound sounds much different. It's not just volume scaled down, so it's quieter. It actually has a filter on it, so you get more of the low bass and less of the high frequency. You can tell if they're coming from within the courtyard or alley that you're in, or around the corner, or on the other side of the buildings.
In our world, guns are almost just like dialogue, and that we have to make sure that the weapons themselves are equally as empowering as an emotional line of dialogue.
I think that when you see what we're doing with Socom Confrontation and how accurately we're portraying the weapons, and not only the weapons themselves, but also how they sound in the actual environment, it's pretty amazing. It's far beyond what we've done in any of the previous games.